Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to Dragon Quest VIII. Today we're fighting the Darksteel Dragon. This guy has 1,910 hit points. Don't let that number fool you, because he is kind of like a metal slime, except with more pain and suffering. He gets 3 attacks per round, potentially, and can cast Kassizzle, which, if he casts Kassizzle a lot, you're doing awesome, because it'll only hit you for about 50-60 points of damage. Definitely his weakest move. He can dazzle your whole party and put you to sleep with that eye gleam. As you can see, he put Jessica to sleep there. He can also summon meteors for like 100-120 points of damage, but that could be mitigated with magic resistance, so it's really not that big of a deal. The most dangerous thing this guy can do, physical attacks. He can't do any desperate attacks, but he's, at least against me, I don't know if he's got something against me or what, but he seems to follow up on the same character a lot for me. Not just because my main character is in the front line, but I've seen him attack Jessica twice in a row and kill her, just like that. You know, he seems to like to follow up for that kill. This boss right here, how do you kill him? Well, if he's immune to everything, and he takes very little damage from physical attacks like 1 or 2 or 0, there are 3 moves in the game that can hurt him. Executioner from Yangus, Lightning Thrust from the hero, and Charming Look, I think that's what it's called, from Angelo. You get Charming Look for 81 points in Charisma. Pretty much your best bet is Lightning Thrust and Executioner. Charming Look only does like 75 points of damage base, but unlike the 2 crit moves, Angelo's move can actually benefit from tension. So, like, theoretically it has a higher cap, but I still like the crit moves better. You know, Angelo has a very, very, very tight skill point budget. So going out of your way to get that for just specifically this one battle where it's useful is a waste of skill points. Whereas I went down spears to get a bunch of useful abilities that I could have used and did use throughout the entire game. Same thing with axes. You know, it's all about being efficient. At least the way I did my skill points. With the damage I'm doing, I'm going to have to land 8 of those crit moves, which means that I am looking at a minimum of 8 turns of this combat. I don't know exactly how many turns it takes because I haven't been keeping track. But definitely the fastest way to kill this boss. If you get really lucky, you can kill him very, very quickly. I think I got about even luck here. I think it was about 50-50. I didn't get super lucky, but I don't think I was super unlucky either. Other than that, this battle is about keeping ahead of the damage he does and the people he kills. If just, you know, have Angelo and Jessica spend all of their time healing, you know. Buffing is pretty useful in this battle because it'll give you a little buffer. There's nothing you can do to prevent somebody dying if they eat 2 of his physical attacks. However, what you can do is you can buff yourself up, and then it'll make it to where you can survive one of those physical attacks and, say, the meteors or the Kassizzle. Give you a little bit of a buffer there to keep from dying unnecessarily. Oomph is useless in this battle. Tension is useless in this battle unless you're using Charming Look. I don't think that Dazzle affects the accuracy of the crit moves, so that's another good reason to use those. Other than that, like I said, just don't let him kill too many people. Because if you let more than 2 people die at any good time, you're screwed. because there's no way to recover. He gets too many moves. But anyway, that's the end of the boss. I think he's pretty easy. Just if you have the right skills. He can be downright impossible if you don't. So, what do you think we're going to get this time? We're going to pick up the monster. There's a really good reason for that. I could have, before now, gotten a monster team that has the ability called Zing Slinger. I don't think it's necessary, but with the legendary monster, you can make a team called the King and Us, which does a move called Maxi Master. And Maxi Master is awesome, especially when you get into the last few dragons, because what it does, it's basically a fight reset. You summon your monster team, they come in, they cast, what is it called? They cast Maxi Master. It revives everybody, sets everybody up to full hit points, and it casts a super powerful kabuff on your entire party. So you end up with more defense, you come back, everybody's alive, and it's non-consumable. You can use it in every fight. I could have had something similar with Zing Slinger, but I didn't feel like I needed it, so I didn't want to go back out and recruit those monsters. That was mainly me being lazy. But we're getting to the point where I'm going to need the extra help, so I'm going to get Hev, and I'm going to make my King and Us party. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Hev is just straight south of Trodain. Just run that way, you'll see this pool of water that the Lord of the Dragovians was talking about, and he'll be off on the right there. When you defeat Hev, he's part of a really good team called the King and Us. The other two members are Curer, who is north of the Tower of Rhydon, or north of Arcadia, and Healer, which is outside on the beach over there next to Port Prospect. So, fought him way back at the beginning. Great team, recommend it for the rest of the battles.